Alright, so coming over to the off shoulder sleeve, you can see I have my full pattern paper. So the first thing I love to do is to fold my paper by 2 for my off shoulder sleeve. So my paper now is folded by 2, as you can see right here. So now I'm going to have this unfold, and I'm making my crease line. So you have to make sure you arrange your paper and make sure you have the midline or the grain line accordingly. So I placed it on fold. So I want to make my border line. Very important. So my border line is I'm taking 1 inch for my border line, and I'll rule a line across it, and I call it my sleeve head. So this is my sleeve head. Alright, so I've gotten my sleeve head. The next I want to take now is my cap. So my cap is practically the 3.5 I told you to note. From where you off your shoulder to the chest line, I told you to make a mark at it. So this is it. I will rule it across. So that is what we have at that point, 3.5. So I'm making sure I have a straight line, okay, from the sleeve head. So from there, I'm going to rule my line across. Alright, so I call it my cap height. This is my cap height. So my bicep measurement, I'm working with a bicep measurement. This you have to measure on your shoulder, from your shoulder to the largest part of your arm. So my bicep measurement and my bicep height is 6 inches and my elbow height is 13 inches. So from here, I have bicep 6 inches and I have elbow 13 inches. And I have my sleeve length at 24 inches. So I'm going to add up my paper right now to complete my sleeve head. So from the sleeve head, I'm measuring what I have as my sleeve length. Okay, so this is my sleeve length. My sleeve length is 24 inches. So I'll be marking the 24 at 24 inches. So I'll just mark my 24 inches at that point. So I'll rule my line. This is my sleeve length, the length of the sleeve. This is my elbow, the elbow height. And this is the bicep. Okay, so this is my bicep. So at this point, we'll now start imputing what we have on the cap height, on the bicep measurement and all that. So for the sleeve head, we are going to have a calculation made for our sleeve head. This calculation will be working with our round off shoulder. Our round off shoulder is 45. Okay, so remember we had our off shoulder calculation when we were making this dress, the pattern. The off shoulder calculation, which I told you, you'll be using 8 inches, which is your shoulder, minus 1.5. We'll have 6.5. So we'll be working with 6.5 right now. 6.5, we are going to multiply 6.5 by 4. So if I multiply 6.5 by 4, I will have 26 inches. Okay, I will have 26 inches. That is 6.5 times 4 is 26. So I'll bring in the 26 to my round off shoulder, minus 45 from 26. So if I minus, that is 15 minus 6 will give me 9. I have 3 minus 2, 19. So the figure I have here, I'm going to divide it by 4, okay, because I'm working on a quarter of my sleeve. So I have 19 points. I have 19 divided by 4. So 19 divided by 4 will give me 4.75. So on my sleeve head, I'll just come in and measure 4.75, okay? So this is my 4.75. Then on my chest line, I'm going to use my bust, which is 42. Divide by 6 plus 1.5. If you remember when we were calculating our chest line, we used this measurement and we got 8.5. So on the cap height, I'm going to impute the 8.5 back, as you can see, and I'll mark. And then I'm going to connect from the 4.75, that is 4 3/4, to the 8.5. So I'm connecting my ruler in a slanted form like this. Can you see that? I'm connecting it in a slanted form. And this is my back bodice. You can see it's matching, fitting exactly. So it has to fit like this. So if you follow this pattern, you will never have an issue with your off shoulder. So you can see it's fitted. Alright, so we are done with that. Next we want to do now is our bicep. So the bicep circumference now, I'm working with bicep circumference of 14 inches divided by 2, because I folded my paper, is 7. I'll make a mark at 7. And my elbow measurement is 11.5 divided by 2. So I'll just divide 11.5 by 2. And if I do that, this is what I have, 5 3/4. And I'll mark. Then my wrist is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches. So I'll come over to the wrist and I'll mark my 4 inches. So I'm connecting my off shoulder like this. I'm connecting it like this, like that, then like this. Okay, so this is the elbow shape. That is why I turned my ruler that way. So we are done with the off shoulder sleeve right now. So if you feel what you have on your sleeve is too much, that is the length, you want to make it a 3/4, simply come in here from the elbow line, divide by 2. You'll be having a 3/4 at this point. So I'll just mark out my 3/4 line and I'm going to mark it across like this. Okay, so you can go around your 3/4 elbow measurement, that is from the elbow to the wrist. You can just go in here and measure the circumference and come back to the line to get your actual circumference marked if you want it 3/4. Okay, so I'll be cutting what I have now. So I'll just cut on the sleeve head right now. And our off shoulder sleeve is ready. So we are done with this. So this is what we have now. Everything is ready. This is the sleeve. This is the front piece. As you can see, we have the back. Okay. So the armholes are very important. You can see how we matched up the armhole of this. So once you are sewing this and it matches like this, you find your sewing of your off shoulder very easy.